Welcome, everybody, and thank you for taking the time to listen to today's presentations. I'm Cameron Agan.
And I'm Sarah Kempen.
We are stormwater specialists with the City of Waterloo. This presentation's focus is going to be about rainwater harvesting, the benefits of having a rainwater harvesting system, and a guide to rain barrel installation. A quick definition of rainwater harvesting is the collection of rainwater, usually from a roof or other impervious surface, that can be stored and reused as needed for a variety of uses. Harvesting rainwater can help you save money, improve the environment, and it is a better water source for plants than city water. This solution to water quality can also be started from your home with little time or investment. There are many benefits to rainwater harvesting, water conservation being a very important one. Depending on what system you go with, it could be essentially free with only the initial cost of installation. Rainwater harvesting also helps utilities reduce peak demands during summer months, thus saving treated water for more important and appropriate water uses throughout the year. It also provides a great backup water supply for emergency situations. If you replace municipal water use with collected rainwater around your home, this will in turn reduce the amount of water that a municipality has to treat and then pump to your house. The treatment and pumping of municipally provided water requires a lot of energy. Therefore, less water to your home equals less money out of pocket. Another thing to consider are the environmental benefits of rainwater harvesting. Stormwater runoff makes its way directly to streams and water bodies without treatment. The elimination of runoff can reduce contamination of surface water that carries pesticides, sediment, metals, fertilizers, chlorine, and bacteria with it. By utilizing rainwater harvesting systems around our homes or businesses, we can do our part to slow down water runoff and allow for proper infiltration to avoid issues with water quality. Another important consideration is the impact stormwater runoff from our homes has on our storm sewer systems. If we are reducing the amount of water that is overbearing our storm sewer system, we can also help prevent issues with flooding of neighborhoods. It is important that we all do our part to eliminate as much runoff as possible. Also, by reducing stormwater runoff, rainwater harvesting can reduce a storm's peak flow volume and velocity in local creeks, streams, and rivers, thereby reducing the potential for stream bank erosion. Rainwater is also better for plants than treated water from cities or wells. This is because rainwater has nitrogen that acts as a fertilizer to help plants grow. Rainwater also has a pH of between 5.5 and 6.5 that helps unlock nutrients from the soil, whereas city water has a higher pH of up to 8.5. In addition, it is free of salts added in treatment practices and is naturally soft water that doesn't lead to a buildup of minerals on plant roots, which limit water intake. An important question to ask yourself before investing in a rainwater harvesting system is, how do you intend to use the rainwater? There are both outdoor and indoor applications that can be as small or as extensive as you want them to be. Examples of outdoor uses include gardening, landscaping, or irrigation. Some examples for indoor use include toilet flushing, laundry, vehicle and fleet washes, or fire suppression. Depending on how you plan to utilize the harvested rainwater will help you determine how to store it. If you are just looking to water plants and gardens around a residential home, rain barrels may be a good option for you. If you have a commercial business and intend to have interior uses for the water as well, then a storage tank or underground system may be best.
Rain barrels are an easy and inexpensive way to get your feet wet with rainwater harvesting before diving into a more extensive system. There are many different types of rain barrels. They can be store-bought to look more like natural features around the home, or something as simple as a trash can or 55-gallon drum that can be converted into a rain barrel with the purchase of a converter kit from your local hardware store. One reason that rain barrels are a popular choice is that they can be easily modified to meet your needs. They can be interconnected to allow for storage of larger amounts of water with minimal adjustments. Not to mention, you can add as many barrels as you can fit. When planning for a rain barrel installation, you will want to start thinking about where you would like your rain barrel to be located. Some things to consider include where around the house you think the rain barrel would look best, ease of use depending on where you will be using the harvested rainwater, drainage because you don't want to have standing water in your yard or end up with water inside your home. The downspout overflow should be directed to pervious areas like lawn space or a rock or mulch landscaping area where it can be properly infiltrated. You also want to make sure it is a minimum of 6 feet away from structures with a basement. The rain barrel site should also be level. Make sure it is evened out with rock or gravel and landscaping fabric underneath to even settling and keep weeds to a minimum. It is also recommended that the rain barrel be placed on a raised platform to allow for easier flow. Once you have determined where you want the rain barrel located, you can start considering what it will take to build and put together. There are options when deciding how to connect the rain barrel to your downspout. This can either include putting in a diverter off of the downspout, or you can cut the downspout shorter and direct it straight into the barrel with a screened top. Depending on your use of the harvested rainwater, you may need to treat it. If you plan to just water your lawn or plants that will not be used for consumption, no treatment will be necessary since any contaminants may filter into the ground. If the plan is to water plants for consumption, you may need treatment due to the composition of the roof or even coliform bacteria from any bird waste that may be up there. One option would be the use of first flush diverters. These are simple contraptions that divert the first flow of water away from a rainwater catchment system and therefore washes your roof of all the debris and contaminants that may have collected since the last rain. Once you have your site prepped, your rain barrel converted and connected to your downspout, you can now enjoy all of the benefits it has to offer. Here are some photos of rain barrels that have been decorated and painted to make it a little more fun. There are some concerns and common questions that we get regarding the rain barrels. One is regarding the standing water attracting mosquitoes. As long as you have screens or valves over the openings, this will prevent any adults from entering the rain barrel and laying eggs. Also ensure that you are using the rain barrel water regularly and emptying it in a timely fashion to prevent stagnant water from attracting them in the first place. Another question is regarding winter storage. Due to the freezing temperatures, we highly recommend draining the rain barrel and moving it inside during the winter months to prevent any freezing and splitting. Another concern is regarding algae buildup in the rain barrels. They should be opaque to help prevent algae from growing. However, it is still possible for algae to accumulate over time and may need to be cleaned periodically. Finally, some people worry about the rain barrel becoming plugged from debris from the gutter. Having a first flush diverter or screens at the connection to the gutter helps to keep debris out of the rain barrel, but these need to be cleaned regularly in order for them to work properly. Thank you all so much for listening. We have included our contact information if there are any questions you may have.